Hi Smirconishers, welcome back to smirconish.com. Hope you guys are all staying safe and all staying healthy. This is the editor's report, and I'm your editor, Gili. Let's get right into it. After a big week of news, we have a lot of great original content, original critical thinking content, as we like to call it here at smirconish.com. So let me get right into it with highlighting all the best pieces from this past week. First up, we have Kenneth Coleman, who wrote Calling All Moderates, kind of a plea essay to all the people who are stuck in the middle in the independent space between the left and the right and the punditry. So, very fitting for our site. Check that one out. Arturo Sande wrote a piece called Mindfulness for the Young in the Time of COVID-19, where he discusses how important mindfulness is during stressful times like these, especially for young people whose brains are still developing and who have a lot to look forward to for the future. Then we have Doug Doobie, who wrote A Simple Reopening Framework, where he goes step by step and says what it will take to reopen America safely so that the economy can start up again and people won't be dreading about economic ruin for any much longer. Then we have Jeff Clark, who wrote a piece called Essentially Untouchable. He is an essential worker as he is a truck driver, and he wrote a piece discussing the difficulties for essential workers during this time and the fear that some of them have that they might catch this deadly virus. Next up, we have Aristea Kakunis, who wrote a piece called Donald Trump and the Generational Divide, discussing the relationship she has with her mother and how it is burdened by politics some of the times, and some of the times it is not. Then Jay Seward wrote a piece called The Big Pause Button, kind of discussing what we need to do to reopen safely in America and all over the world, and it requires taking some time to pause. Then James Icahn wrote a really interesting piece called Netanyahu's Coronavirus Game of Survival, where he dives deep into Israeli politics at the moment, what's going on in Israeli politics, and how the coronavirus is single-handedly saving the Prime Minister of Israel from indictment charges. Then we have Leslie Taylor, who wrote Plenty of Gray, talking about the political divide in the coronavirus age and how the virus is affecting people's political behavior during this time. Then Reese Williams wrote a piece called Now is Not the Time to Punish China, a very interesting take on how the US and China relations should proceed from now on in a post-COVID-19 world. Then Sheila A. Harson wrote a piece called Calculating the Effects of Coronavirus, discussing how fake news is really dangerous during a global pandemic and how people are using it to take advantage of one another and for negative purposes. Then we have Ashton Simmons, who wrote Predictions on a Post-COVID-19 Economy and Consumer Spending, talking about brick and mortar stores and what their future is going to be like after the coronavirus and when things start to open up again. And lastly, Dr. Emmanuel Fruman, that's right, he has 2 PhDs with a new piece called New World Order and the Man Behind the Chinese President, discussing the philosophical reasons that countries are reacting the way they are to the coronavirus and what their true values at the end of the day, where their values lie. A really interesting take in a philosophical lens on the coronavirus. So check out all that great critical thinking, and as always, if you have an idea, if you want to share something with us and with our audience, this is the place to do it. Just send me at editor@smirconish.com your draft or just an email saying that you're interested, and we will be happy to work with you. As always, tune in to Smirconish at CNN at 9 a.m. on Saturdays, which is tomorrow, and every weekday from 9 a.m. to 12 p.m., the Smirconish radio program on SiriusXM. We look forward to you guys every day, and we're thankful for all you great listeners and viewers and readers and writers and contributors. Stay safe, stay healthy, and have a great one.